Hi everyone, I'm Kartika Prihadi, Managing Director of Enterprise Networking and Software in APJC for Cisco. Today we're going to talk about the importance of sustainability in our industry. Joining me today, please welcome Vinamra, Chief Sustainability Officer of CapitaLand Investment.
Thank you very much, Kartika, for the warm welcome, and it is my absolute pleasure to be here with the Cisco team.
In today's world, sustainability has become the cornerstone of many important conversations. Now, Vinamra, let me ask you this. What's the importance of sustainability in the organization, and how have you embedded sustainability in CapitaLand?
So, Kartika, sustainability is core to everything that we do at CapitaLand. And a key way in which we do that is integrate sustainability principle in our entire life cycle, which starts at investments. So, for example, we integrate an internal carbon price in the way we price our investments. We do a very detailed environmental health and safety impact assessment to compare the incoming investment against our own targets. We try to see how can we underwrite the right CapEx, for example, to be able to meet our targets once we acquire any new asset. So there is a very robust mechanism right at the investment stage, even before we put the first dollar. Then as we go to design and development of our projects, we adhere very strictly to CapitaLand Sustainable Building Guidelines, which have very strict criteria on all the environmental and social parameters that our investments and projects have to meet. And then once a project is up and running, even at the operation stage, we integrate a lot of technology and innovation and continue to measure the performance of our assets against our 2030 targets to make sure that we are keeping up. And fundamental to all of this is the way we structure our balanced scorecard framework and make sure that even executive compensation is integrated with ESG targets, and therefore ensuring that at an ecosystem level, sustainability is in everything that we do.
Great response, Vinamra. Now, technology has made our day-to-day lives easier, but there have been a few issues. Now, what are some of the hurdles that your organization faces in relation to sustainability, and how can IT partners help you overcome those challenges?
I think the challenges are immense, and I'm speaking here not for CapitaLand Investment, but even on behalf of our industry. I would probably name the top three. I think the first is really balancing the economic objectives vis-a-vis environmental leadership. And we always have to make sure that we are walking a very tightrope in a balanced way so that we do justice to both. The second challenge is specifically on scope 3. How do we work with our tenants, our customers, our vendors, supply chain partners in a way that we're able to accurately not only capture, but even take actions on our scope 3 emissions. And the third, I would say, pertains to technology, because while it's great to work with a lot of climate tech companies on new innovations and technologies, often we see that the maturity is uneven and the commercialization may take a bit more time. So how do we make sure that we're able to pilot technologies and keep moving forward? And in all of that, I think our IT partners and our digital partners play a very pivotal role, because they come in and help us not only on our scope 3 emissions, but even help us on our own scope 1 and scope 2 emissions in the way we work with them. And therefore, identifying the right partner becomes extremely critical for us.
Thanks for sharing, Vinamra. Now, I agree that technology plays a vital role in sustainable growth. Now, could you please elaborate on the role of technology in your sustainability journey? And how do you think sustainability affects IT purchasing decisions?
Technology and innovation, I think, is the most important engine in our entire carbon mitigation hierarchy, especially on the aspect of energy efficiency and even to a large extent using renewable sources of energy. I think on the energy efficiency side, which is really a holy grail of how much savings can the real estate sector derive, technology is critical. I mean, we access it through various ways. So for example, we run a CapitaLand Sustainability X Challenge, which is a global crowdsourcing innovation challenge where we throw out challenge statements on our own important issues like energy, water, waste, air quality, etc. And we invite globally recognizable technologies, which we can then help to pilot across our portfolio. We also have an internal innovation program where we encourage applications from within our teams as part of that programs to come and show us technologies, and then we help them fund and pilot across our properties. We even have a physical smart innovation lab here in Singapore, where a lot of our tenants and partners can come in pilot their technologies in real time, and then successful ones can be scaled up not only in our properties, but even within customers' operations. And I think this is where the right digital partners play a very key role, because they can then help us supplement not only the technology, but also in addressing some of our core issues from a process and implementation point of view. And I think with the right innovations, while many of these innovations may yet not be discovered in our ultimate road to net zero, but in the next few years, many of these innovations will be pivotal in helping the real estate sector decarbonize as we go along.
That's really great. Now, before we conclude, what advice would you give organizations who are currently exploring and implementing new sustainability strategies?
I think from our experience, a lot of time organizations focus so much externally in accessing the right technology and partners that often they forget that they also have to internally rewire themselves in the way they are structured, in the way their processes are run, in the way their policies are set up, to make sure that they can run fast. They prepare themselves to fail if that is how it is to be, but then immediately move on and try something else. So I would say extremely important, especially large and complex organizations, become nimble and in a way look at sustainability from a slightly different lens and make sure that they keep running fast and make sure that they are keeping pace with how the world around them is changing rapidly.
Thanks, Vinamra. This is really great information to help organizations become more sustainable. Really appreciate your time speaking with me today.